And to everyone that is watching from all over the world, welcome to the African Ambassador special broadcast as we commemorate the 44th anniversary of the June 16 Soweto uprising of 1976. Kalibitso kinna Vinolia Mabele. The Soweto uprising was a series of demonstrations and protests by black school children in South Africa against the Afrikaans Medium Decree of 1974, which forced all black schools to teach in Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. An estimated 176 to 700 children died that somber morning, and 4,000 were injured. The fight is not over. Today, we are fighting against different struggles, such as gender-based violence, free education, and COVID-19, amongst others. But amidst all of these, there are many milestones that we have reached as young Africans, such as the freedom to express ourselves in our own indigenous languages, the freedom to express and embrace our cultures and turn it into revenue. And we owe all of this to the fallen heroes who sacrificed their lives in order for us to enjoy this freedom that we are having today. And for that, we salute and remember the victims of the struggle. Under the theme Youth and Art, today we'll be taking a look at the young South African entrepreneurs whom have started their business, which are inspired by Africa and its richness. Black Finest is a company made up of young, very stylish individuals that are specializing in the manufacturing of footwear, textiles, clothing, leather bags, etc. Like they do everything. Let's check them out. Hailing all the way from south of Johannesburg in Sebokeng.
Started back in year 2013. Yeah. So basically it started with me. My name is Robert Mvulana and him so it started back in varsity when it was just an idea. And in 2014 that's when we started actually acting up on that idea, and we started styling people and whatnot. We started doing other things. And then in 2016, that's when we started, we landed our big deal with Singleton. That's when we did an outfit with them. They called us up and, you know, it happened. And then 2018, we did Budweiser outfit. So we've been doing a couple of things. So what is Black Finance? Black Finance is a private company. we're not limited into doing one thing. We've been doing other things as well. And part of it, which is a major part of it, is clothing, textile, and leather footwear manufacturing. So basically, we have a store, which is a workshop where we manufacture shoes and other stuff. Which
basically, this is what we do. From this, from the leather, this is what we have. This is the raw material that we have. And since we can't produce the soles, we buy them separately. So basically, everything is separately. This is the inner sole. This is what we use inside. So basically, you can bring any design. We custom make everything. So basically, any kind of shoe that you have, you can bring it as a picture, a drawing, as a concept, and then we will give you this. So this is basically part of the designs that we do. We have this, the loafers. So basically, we can make anything. The boots. So yeah, basically.
My name is Blissful. I am the co-founder, as he said. So Black Finest is anything leather related manufacturing company.
yeah, clothing.
We tailor make what you want. You know, we make everything from leather sandals to bags, shoes, accessories, and belts. Brands is that we use genuine leather. We use genuine leather, no foam cards, no plastic leathers. So yeah, so if Setas House Khatete, you can bring it here to us. This Lukise, Ochinchela Sode, this here is message.
My name is Bawani Pawati. By the nature of it, I'm a stylist, but just recently.
Okay, so basically, they replaced this part, which is an around part, this rete. Just to feel a bit comfortable with that glasses. So, yeah, Mona, I'm almost done, as you can see. Then Mona, I'm gonna use this just to cut it off. Then yeah, I'm done. So it's gonna be one nice formal shoe. You can bring yours too.
Join forces. Yeah, my name is Elias Cotton. I knew the guys last year. They taught me almost everything, leather, do shoes, right? So that's it.
We also have an events company, which is called Fall Sunday Market. It's going to come back after the COVID-19, obviously. We're still waiting on that. Hopefully. Yeah, but it's going to come back. A lot of clothes, a lot of leather, a lot of good quality products. That's what got us into this thing. And also, I don't know, being African. You know, the African philosophy, you know.
What really inspired me is being able to find my true self, which is being African. One of the greatest achievements.
Freedom. That's the whole idea of celebrating the Youth Day, which is the 16th of June.
COVID-19 has affected us. The streets were empty. We couldn't open. The law wouldn't allow us to. But we were able to, on such levels, on level 4, we were able to open. Know that they should wear masks at all times. They should sanitize their hands.
And also, we also take precautionary measures.
To become a successful artist.
So any skill that you have backed by confidence, emphasis, and belief.
Communicate well.
Research about it. Make sure that every risk that you take is calculated. 10 words or 12 words that describe Africa to us. I'll go first. We'll do the countdown. So number 12, Ubuntu.
The Bantu people.
Identity,
Food, Dijon,
Julius Nyerere. Dr. Sebi.
the great Credomotor,
King Moshasha,
Ethiopia. South Africa.
Niger,
Lesotho, Botswana,
khonizimsolo about Christianity. But just be into one, be in boom, in English, but individual brilliance doesn't go as far as the team goes. So so couldn't powerful separated. So instead of or do something,
The first step in growing our economy is to support local. I had the opportunity to meet with a very talented young fashion designer, Bayanda Katini, whose unique signature is reflected in his modern traditional finishes of his creations. Bayanda Katini is a graduate from the Tshwane University of Technology. He has won several awards and has dressed many South African celebrities. Let's go and meet the creator of Bayanda Katini clothing. Bayanda, it's such an honor to finally meet you in person. I mean, we've seen Msebenzi Wako, my social media, and everyone is talking about your work, you know. Who is Bayanda? Actually, first of all, welcome to African Ambassador.
ngayafunda uLonde ngayafunda eTVT laqala khona ukwazi ukuthi fashion yini and then into futhi engisize kakhulu engayisho ukuthi ngithethe ngeTVT bese ngizama izinto eziningi ngabona ukuthi hayi ngingangazalele lento but mangifika fashion pattern bengayazi thunga bengakwazi but ngithenga ngenze anga a best student ngarealize ukuthi actually should let me dance.
Exactly. Sure, you're such an inspiration. So manje ngitshela ukuthi uphume eNkandla. Mhlambe are you neighbors with uBabzuma or
Babzuma?
Okay, I don't want to know about that part. So Bayanda, what inspires your creations?
Into engikhuthaza kakhulu engenza ukuthi ngicreate impahla. Ngithema ngenze i-BTech yami e-TVT. Bangifundisa into eyi-1 ukuthi mawuqala ma-apply for i-BTech bathi send i-proposal. Kwi-proposal usukusho ukuthi kunenkinga ekanje and leyo nkinga leyo ikhona but i-solution ayikho. Inkinga yakhona kuba nemishado emibili, khona umshado omhlophe kube khona umshado wesintu. And then leyo nto lengifile ngathi abantu baspende imali eyiningi ngayibuza ukuthi le nto ngayihlanganisa kanjani ngigcine kuba umshado wodwa. Ngayithatha kanjani ingubo emhlophe uma uyibheke ibona ukuthi ingubo emhlophe le but uma uphinde uyibheka futhi uyibona ukuthi i-tradition.
Exactly.
And then ekugcineni ngicela ngizaba ngaphuma nayo le niyibonayo nonke.
Hayi leyo nayidla shamiyazini.
Hayi khona okunye kusalandelayo amanzi amancane.
Usho ukuthi so now, as basically COVID-19, you know that most of the clothes that you guys make, in events, so now how has that affected you?
It affected me because I'm umsebenzi omningi, imishado eminingi, ama-graduation, ama-matric dates. Zonke lezi zinto abantu bengifonela bayasicela sithi ukumakana because ngenzeka ngale COVID-19, ngizogeyima, ngizoluza, so kwenza i-production njengamanje.
So as a young person, in 1976 when young people were fighting for, you know, young people to have all this freedom and being able to speak out and say, this is what young people, I mean, to be able to study a language of Funa. Do you feel good we've achieved all those goals? Because it was not only about the language, I believe. You know, there's a lot of things that we want to see young people achieve. Do you feel we've achieved those milestones?
Yeah, I'm feeling that zikhona izinto esiyi-achievile but nathi njenge-youth yamanje kwamele siqhubekele abagcina khona. Njengoba ngeke ngasho nasekuqaleni ukuthi ngifila ngathi abantu abaphambili kwethu bayivulile eminye iminyango but ngifila ngathi kusekhona iminyango esavalekile. That's why bengicela wonke umuntu okhona ukuthi uma ungena kwi-industry ungasicabangeli niyi-one because kusekhona i-generation ezemva kwethu.
So ungathini kumuntu or you know, a young person ofuna ukuthi angene kule industry ukuthi ama-challenges and obviously perseverance, discipline, what is your message?
So into engayisho yokuqala into ebalulekile ukuzihlonipha wena nje uwumuntu. Okwesibili ukuthi into noma yini oyenzayo as long as ukuthi uyalala ebusuku ungalali kuhle ucabanga ngaleyo nto leyo is possible.
I'm just going to give you 3 quiz questions. How many colors does the South African flag have?
Yo!
Please don't be You're begging.
5.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh!
Okay, and if you were to travel to any country in Africa, Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
And then culture-wise, what is I know you are Zulu, but in terms of tradition and culture, which tradition do you feel has the best designs, like that inspires you the most?
Obvious.
You are that example of a person who lives his culture every day. You don't embrace your culture, Magutwa, the Africa Day. You know? So you are actually the ambassador of Africa. So in Galuguti, Usho, after me, say hashtag make every day Africa Day.
Hashtag
make every day
Africa Day.
Africa Day.
We shine.
We shine. When we talk about township revitalization, we're talking about Mudisana Ralisai, who is the head chef and creator of Uhuru Family Restaurant, which is based in Sharpeville, south of Johannesburg. Mudisana says that his promise is to bring a 5-star restaurant and service. Kokasi, let's go and meet him.
Hashtag make every day African Day. I'm the founder, curator, and head chef at Uhuru Family Restaurant. Uhuru Family Restaurant is based in the historic township of Sharpeville. So it's developed itself into a hub for artists, fellow creatives like myself. So it's definitely more than just a restaurant. Uhuru Family Restaurant is actually a movement. As we know, us Africans, Uhuru is a Swahili name for freedom. So I remember when I wanted to open the restaurant, because I wanted to mix it with African cuisine. I also wanted to kind of style it in the Western way, you know, kind of bring a 5-star place, Kokasi, to kind of give dignity to Batibakasi. Experience a 5-star lifestyle right in the hood. And our logo is actually a traditional African pot, the tripod. Most South Africans know that when you have any traditional gatherings, which we call niketi, we normally use that pot. So our foundation is based on cooking with a tripod, hence it's also in our logo. So our best-selling meal, by the way, it's mhodu and samp, and dumpling, which is basically mhobe in our native Sesotho. So although I do experiment, of course, with some Western food just to get more patrons to come to our place, but essentially our main course is African. General is not even enough to describe Africa. Africa, wow! I never actually thought about it, but for me, Africa is home. Africa is my home. A place of love, peace. Africa represents creation, diversity, great potential. Africa has great people, you know. Africa is the playground for the globe. Africa is my motherland. Personally, what I would say, if you really want to make it as an artist, the first thing you need to have is passion for your craft, and then you couple it with consistency in what you do. I think the biggest thing that most of our youth lack, without blaming them, is actually consistency. And part of the reason why they don't have consistency is that they actually don't have opportunities, you know. So, but if you are self-determined, even though you don't have opportunities, if you're self-determined, coupled with a lot of hard work and determination, you are gonna make it either way. Come on, like to be honest, personally, Corona didn't actually affect me at all. In a way, Corona helped me to elevate my business to much better heights, you know, because as I did mention, I am a creative, so I actually use the time to upskill myself in different things. There's two ways you look at this whole pandemic that's going on. It's either you take it as, Corona, everything has stopped, or hey, this is actually enough time for me to do those things that I've always wanted to do, you know? How about I skill myself? How about I actually venture into a new project? So I actually used that attitude to tackle this whole pandemic, and you know what, I kind of did well. So what I would say to the youth that are struggling, that are frustrated, even those that have graduated, is that look around you, you know, look inside you. There's so many things that you are missing because you focus on what other people are doing. If you look inside you, you'll actually realize that you have all the skills that you need to make it in life. And do not despair. Even if you are a 20-year-old living in South Africa right now with no opportunities, just know that your time will come, but it starts with you. You know, look inside you, it starts with you.
From fashion to food and now to music, we had the opportunity to meet up with a young, very talented artist who decided to take a rather unusual genre of music, considering his age. Blissful Sax is a saxophonist who has taken his music to another level by making sure that he caters for both the young and the old. He says that his saxophone is an instrument for the ancestors. Let's go and meet this very talented young African.
I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. Not what you think.
Hi, Blissful Sax.
Hi.
We're hanging with Blissful Sax, whom we are so excited because I've met you at some of the events and I know how crazy young people get when they see you. So, who exactly are you and where are you from?
Nugget Blissful Sax. So get Wakileko Soweto. Piri. And then what I do for a living, it's only a saxophone. Since well, it is sex. So
as a young person, what inspired you to start with this kind of instrument, you know, or we will just call on that thing? Because I mean, I would assume, you know, young people, the first thing we think of is hip hop, you know, you're thinking about piano, and then when you decide, no, I'm just gonna be a Kenny G, you know.
So I'm not, when I say already discourage other musics and all that, but a saxophone, instrument, let me just say, ancestral instrument, because yes, it actually has like 26 buttons.
Exactly.
So imagine if you have to press 26 buttons and then while blowing, so it's quite a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, Kimama introduced it here.
But
okay.
Right? So my mom actually.
Interesting.
Yes. So I'm trying saying we like regular instrument, me and my younger brother. So I regular the trumpet, and then we started playing the trumpet, and then from then I decided, no, let me learn saxophone. But no one taught me actually saxophone, so I had to learn from trumpet, clarinet, and then saxophone.
So now, since COVID-19 is here, how has that affected your music or your business? Because you are a business.
Yeah, because what in my business, what we do is performances.
Yeah.
Every now and then. So it cover like every week, it cover every Thursday to Sunday, whatsoever. So currently, we just stay at home.
Stay at home.
So just stay at home.
Yeah. So because your music is you playing with an instrument, you know, you don't sing. how would you say that your music represents being an African? It promotes you as you promoting your culture or being an African or Pan-Africanism. How would you put it in your own context?
So now remember what I said. It's the instrument they gave at you, right?
Yes.
So what that simply means is that I don't just play, but now it has to connect also with the spirit it's about.
So it's Youth Month. We're celebrating Youth Day. Do you feel we have achieved the goal state of we were fighting for in 1976? Are you, as a young person, do you feel it's better now, or we still have a lot of challenges?
With regards to that, I can say we are something to be honest, because we as youth are totally we're not where we want to be, honestly. Like, yes, we've been fighting since back then, but I'm so more about
yeah. And gender-based violence incidents, what is your message to me?
So I can't even say, like, I'm deeply touched, right? I don't understand why as men do we really have to do whatever it's done. Imagine someone out to 9 months go fella, and then the next thing you turn against one. So it's something they were reddish.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
Can you describe Africa in 10 words?
10.
Tricky, okay.
Power. Okay, I'll use success, and then the reason why I get a success is because of one day we can succeed as Africans. We just need to unite. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Color. Rich. Mandela. And then also Nani peace.
Peace. Africa, we don't want to celebrate being an African Children's Day, and that is what African Ambassador is all about. Africa should be every day. So I want you to repeat after me and say hashtag make every day Africa Day. Hashtag make every day Africa Day. That is why people are coming. Would obviously love to hear you play live mostly. So can you do something for us that is amazing? Oh, exclusive, right from African Ambassador. And there you have it. Now let's take a listen to what some of the young Africans had to say about what they think Youth Day means to them in 2020.
Hi everyone, my name is Karabom Fukeng. What does Youth Day mean to me? Youth Day is a day of celebration of the potential and the power of our youth to create positive influences and shape our country's future. Youth Day is a day of realization of a vision and a dream fought for by thousands of South Africans. A celebration of youth, power, and unity, how young people like myself can impact the world if we put our minds to it. We look back at June 16, 1976, not only to reflect on how far we've come, but to remind ourselves to keep moving forward. It is imperative that we, the youth of today, see the benchmark of the fallen soldiers that had so little materially, but great willpower and passion to fight. We have the power, the spirit, and the potential to shape our future. We should be embraced and encouraged to strive for meaningful change. Hashtag Make Every Day Africa Day.
Being a youth in 2020 means that not only do I get to represent the face of the past, but that of the present and the future. It means that I have to be a visionary and not only be free in the things that I do, but be liberated from within. I am a celebration of the vision and dreams fought for by thousands of South African youths years ago. I am a carrier of the power torch, and I am going to use it to empower and light the way for many other youths to come after me. I am Tabile Klaike, a youth in 2020, a reminder that I am a celebration of power and unity, even in our struggle. Happy Youth Day, South Africa.
Youth Day for me just really goes back to personally really being thankful, acknowledging the sacrifice and the courage that the youth of 1976 had to not only fight for what they thought was right for them, but for generations to come, which is having a basic means of education, and that right being made available to all youth people within the country. I think it also encourages me to have strength as a young person, to not only be able to identify the struggles that we go through on a daily basis within these current times, such as unemployment struggles, such as financial disadvantage when it comes to being registered for higher institutional learning, but also being put in a position to have the courage to act upon these struggles and do something about them.
Dumelang, ka lebitso ke Mpho Entle Plaike. Being a youth in 2020 means that I have so many opportunities that my forefathers died for. And so I have a responsibility to realize my full potential and seize each and every single opportunity that is before me. The youth of 1976 has passed the baton on to the youth of 2020, and we need to continue to fight against inequality, gender-based violence, poverty, unemployment, access to education, and so much more. We need to do this now so that the youth of tomorrow can have a better future. Happy Youth Day, South Africa.
And this brings us to the end of a very special broadcast of the African Ambassadors Youth Day Special. Remember, Black child, that you are powerful and you have the power to make a difference and determine your future. We are the next generation of leaders of tomorrow. My name is Vinolia Mabele, and I leave you with a special piece by Professor Pitika Ntuli, who is an internationally renowned artist. Hashtag Make Every Day Africa Day. Stay safe. Love you lots.
Medium on fire. Prometheus stole the fire of the gods, gave them for us to cook our food and light our caves. I am a medium born from flames of memory and history. I dance you into health, watched by the full moon. I am the warrior of the spirit at war with pandemics to appease the angry earth, abused, polluted, pillaged, raped. Dance with me the ancestral dances to heal our souls and those of those who drown in rivers of greed and corruption in our land.